Good morning. It's just so crazy how time's about to change, and it is dark as I'm getting ready to leave. It's a little bit brighter on camera, but I wanted to run out and just check my garden because we had a storm last night and I planted, it was not on the forecast. That's why I said sometimes I do not trust the forecast. But my snapdragons I planted last night, I wanted to check them, but look at that. Is that not the prettiest? I just have to share that every time. It is just beautiful, and I've got my garden shoes on with my outfit because the ground is so wet. But let's look at these snapdragons real fast that we planted last night. Those look okay. Whoops, I've got to pick that one up, and I'll go get a little pin to help hold her. Morning. My doodles are very excited to check out the greenhouse, and they love to have their garden time as much as I love to have it. But we're going to just take a quick look, and wishing you all a great day today. The weather is amazing this morning. Can we talk about this? How beautiful is that? Oh my goodness. Oh, she's opening up even more. Look at this breeze going through. Look at that. Yes. What do you see? Look at the straw flowers. Coming together. She's doing very good after falling over yesterday. She's supported really nicely. She's got fresh soil at the bottom, so she looked like she did really good overnight. And all of these snapdragons that I planted in the pots are doing fantastic. I almost think they like the pots better than they like the beds. Back here. We should get one more harvest of okra before it gets too cold. Oh goodness, it must have been quite a storm because this does not look good. So I'll go get a stake for that real fast. Let me do those two, the snapdragon and that, real quickly. Okay, I am out of garden stakes. I've got to order those today. I've got two items that need something, but the broccoli is more durable. I can't do that with one hand. So we're going to go to the snapdragon and put her, because she is definitely delicate. But I'm making a note. I have got to order more of these today from Amazon. Okay, we are in luck. I did not pay attention. I've got the stake. I just need to use my little clip, so I will be able to stake up the broccoli. Let's put that like that to help give her some support. All right, now let's go do the broccoli. I'm bringing harvest baskets back outside, and I'm going to take a look at my okra plant and see if we can harvest just a little bit more, because I've come to terms that I'm probably going to have to go ahead and cut it down on Friday, all of them, because we are going to be in the low 40s and she's just not going to be able to handle that. So let's go take a look. Okay, I definitely see some that we can harvest. I am going to be so sad having to get rid of this, because it has been one of the most enjoyable plants I have ever grown. From the size to, most importantly, the flowers. They are absolutely beautiful, to the okra itself and how delicious it is. Friday's going to be a hard day cutting this pretty lady down. And then I'll get rid of the orange Jing, or Jing orange, and the burgundy. Which those are not going to hurt as bad because they've not been as wonderful as she has been with producing so much, but it's going to be sad. Oh no, I'm seeing some damage that was not here earlier this morning. Look at my marigold. She is coming unrooted at the ground, so let's fix this. Let me go get a stake and some soil. By the way, we ended up getting 3 heavy hitters, so that'll be great. So this is our marigold, who's starting to have a little bit of pull the other way, and if the wind keeps beating down on her, she'll come up. So we're just gonna take this and clip it. There we go. Now she's all set. So that's all for this evening. I'm gonna put these back in here, and then we will go inside and cook dinner. I have a recipe that I'm actually going to share in the future, not today, but it's one that I have been working on that has roasted vegetables and chicken and a lot of good stuff that I can't wait to share in the future. Not going to give too much away, but do you think it's going to be pretty good, Leo? What do you think? Yeah? I think so too. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the greenhouse. I am so excited. It's Thursday. We're one more step closer to the weekend. I don't know if you can tell, but I absolutely love the weekends. But what I'm excited about, other than that, is it is full-on sweater weather today. I mean, sweater. It is chilly, and it's going to be one of those days it's only heating up to about 66 degrees, which means you can keep the sweater on pretty much all day, so that's great. We've been wearing layers here recently, and it really is warming. It's, you know, you start off with a sweater, and then you're at like 88 degrees in the afternoon. It's that balance, but today is going to be one of those we get to wear. And I mentioned the other day I went to the outlets when I had family come in, and we went shopping, and I don't do that often because, like I said, there's just not a lot that I need, and if I need something, I kind of look online and just have it shipped. I went to that company, Aerie, I think I'm saying that right, and it seems to be more loungewear and those types of items, swimsuits and like that, but they have some sweaters, and oh my goodness, y'all, I saw this on the rack that said $15, and it has the prettiest. Let me see if I can kind of go in so that you can see. It has like the flowers, which, hello, that's everything I love. I popped it with a little collar shirt, and I'll show you the pants in a minute, but when I got to the register, she rang it up and she said, oh, today's your lucky day. It gets an extra amount off. It was $10. $10. I will look and see if this is online and available, and I'll link it for you if it's on sale. Sometimes sales online are different than sales in the store. Let me see if you can see the entire outfit. Let's see, where should I put you? If I back up, it might be too far. Don't know if you can see that, but I have on these pants that I also got on that trip. It's a little bit better with the pants. They're from Banana Republic factory outlet. And then the top, so a little greenhouse fashion style outfit. But I just had to share that with you because if you know anything about living in the South and how hot we are, we don't get to wear this often, and especially all day long, so I'm thrilled. And it kind of goes with my greenhouse theme of flowers. But anyway, I'm coming out to bring some items to get organized and just take a look at the garden, and then I am off to work. So I just wanted to start the morning by saying good morning. Hope you have a fabulous day. We'll do a quick check-in, and then I'm going to be on my way. I did not mean for that to rhyme, but it's a good day when it does. This is just super fast because I really am just going to be on my way, but I just like to make a quick look. One quick pass to make sure that everything is looking okay. No surprises. Sometimes surprises are not the kind that you're looking for, but right now everything is looking really, really good. Look at all of these that are going to be popping out, and still even more. She's going to be fantastic. My okra plant is probably going to be coming down this weekend. I still have to come to terms with that. I have loved that so much, and even though I was not trying to grow zinnias or had any expectations, look at how pretty. My Leo, always on guard. Look at how beautiful these look. I love how they're starting to form the inside of the cabbage shape, and then they'll get layers and layers. This lady could not have, when I said you're going in the center, she took that seriously, and she said I will shine, and she is shining. Look how gorgeous. And then this one over here looks really good. And when I snipped this, look at how these are coming out from the side. That is just beautiful. Okay, I'll see you later this evening. May I just say that you are pure perfection. You are pure. May I shake your hand? Can you shake? Thank you. Yes. Hey everybody, so I just got home from work and I was walking through the garden and I just had my cell phone on me, and I wanted to just share that a lot of times I am walking through looking for any problems, like I'm going through and I'm spraying BT or if something's fallen over, but then I have to remind myself a lot of times don't spend so much time looking for the problems and looking for the bad in the garden, which is something we need to do, but I am about to go back and walk through and only look for the good. And that may sound silly and quirky, but the garden is so beautiful that there are times you can walk through and notice that, oh, I need more rocks. They don't have my rock color in, so I haven't been able to fill that in. Or, look at that plant, it's fallen. Or look at this. And you stop noticing just how grand and beautiful it is. And I remind myself that all of this started from one jalapeno pepper that I literally saw someone grow some things in her garden, and I thought, I wonder if I could grow a seed. And I literally kept that seed from the jalapeno, and it sprouted and it started growing. And then I wanted to try tomatoes, and they were growing. And then we were like, well, what are we going to do? So we had grow bags, and then we built 2 beds, and then 2 more beds, and then 2 more beds, and then 7 round beds. So those are the beautiful things that I need to walk out and notice instead of being consumed with, okay, you lost this or this plant fell. So that's what I'm going to do, is go out and just soak it all in and not let myself see one negative thing. I'm going to find at least 5 amazing, beautiful things. Okay, so my first item is just that I even have the space, and that's it. Like, that's enough. I don't even need to pick anymore. If I do, since I said I was going to do 5. Number 2 is this cabbage bed. I have never seen anything prettier with the way that each one is developing at a different stage, and soon we will have beautiful flowers coming up. So that would be number 2. Number 3 is my bistro table. I absolutely love it, and sitting out here on the weekends and having breakfast while I'm working in the garden, one of my favorites. Number 4, because of the season we're in right now, is going to be that pumpkin. I absolutely love my white pumpkin, and I might just put a little Christmas ribbon around her and let her stay through December. She is gorgeous. Number 5 is the garden itself. The fact that my dad and my husband helped me build this greenhouse, build these beds, put up the cattle panels. Oh my goodness, the hours and hours of shoveling rocks and the amount of work we did with that, laying these stones. When I just think of my husband helping me get these stones, get these rocks, get everything in place, the design and everything. So I feel like 100%, and it doesn't matter. These kind of things right here just do not matter when you've got this much joy. So that's what I want to share with you, is just go out, no matter if it's in your garden, in your home, the design of your home, the decorating of your home. Don't get consumed by all this Ralph Lauren Christmas talk and this and that and everything else. Just enjoy the things that you have, and that's where I am right now, just soaking it in. Okay, have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Ooh, it is very, very chilly. I think it's like 48. It is cold, but the good news is it is Friday, and that is great news. And so we've got things to do in the garden this weekend. I have an order of tulips that are supposed to be delivered today, and I have an order of ranunculus. I have 50 more ranuncula corms coming in, and I'm so excited. We'll get those. I've got the tinfoil trays. I've ordered some more of those, and I have to stop by Home Depot this evening to get some more soil. So we've got things to do in the garden. It'll be a great weekend. I'm going to take a real quick look, make sure everything looks okay. I'm going to first go with the mindset of how grateful I am that I even have the garden, and not get consumed if a bug ate anything. It's okay, and we'll just find a way to fix it. But it's going to be a great weekend. I'm so happy you're here, so let's go take a look.
I've been walking around, waiting for you to shine.
someone is very, very playful this morning, but this morning has definitely been the deciding factor that I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my okra. I can see some frost and just damage already starting, and I would like to just take it out and when it's not a mess and get frustrated with it and just be appreciative of everything that it's produced. So we're going to go ahead and probably get rid of that either tonight or tomorrow. But this has really been it, because we're in the 40s and it's not looking good. What? What are you doing? What do you want me to do? What do you want? Oh, you ready to play? Okay, let's play. I have to show you this in the daylight. Look at this snapdragon with that beautiful purple leaf. I cannot wait to see how that looks. Now, I did make a mistake. Let me tell you one thing I need to make sure that I do next year. So because I was losing some items like I was like, okay, let me go replace that snapdragon. And I would replace it, and it was written in my garden journal. I did not write the variety. So I don't know what kind of snapdragon that is. I need to make sure next year I make a note that when you replace a snapdragon with a snapdragon, you write which variety. Because I think I have 4 different varieties. I have snapdragon tall, Madam Butterfly, cherry twist, which that might be a cherry twist, and one more. So I've got 4 different varieties. Next year I need to make sure I write down which snapdragon I'm replacing it with. So I'm making a note for myself here to put that in my garden journal. Day, and I tell you, I have the sweetest husband and the sweetest family. They are always looking out for me when it comes to my garden. Maybe it's something that might help me or something that I might be interested in. But he was with a family member and they were talking about getting rid of something, and one of the items was this little fan. It's like the little Disney when you walk around the park and you carry it, but it has where you fill it up with water and it spritzes the water on you. And he's like, no, don't get rid of that. Erica would love that for her garden when she's out there and it's hot. And so I can literally turn on the fan when I'm out here and it gets hot, and then I can spray the water and spritz myself and cool off. Because believe me, when this greenhouse gets to be about 136 to 142 degrees in the summer, and I'm having to be out here because I've got to water and take care of things, this is going to be so appreciated. It literally still has the tag on it, so I am very grateful. He is just the best, and so this will absolutely be used. Hi everybody, so it is Friday evening. I think I'd shared that. I've been inside, and it's a little chilly and the temperature's dropping, so I'm just staying in this because I'm not doing anything where I'm going to get dirty. But I wanted to share with you, I have been in my gardening phase for 2 years. I've done 2 spring and summer gardens and 2 fall and winter gardens. So, and it's all been pretty much, I'd say 95% vegetables. I've done some flowers, which would be zinnias, snapdragons, mums, and I tried my hand at violas and pansies last year and it didn't work. This year I'm having great success with my pansies, my violas. I grew these from seeds. I'm just waiting for them to flower. And you know, I've got straw flowers, which is the first time this year, but they look like they're going to do great. I am really diving in. I have been checking out books from the library. I've been taking online courses. I've been buying books, listening to podcasts, and any TikTok or Instagram account that I feel is reputable, I have been following them and just getting as much advice. I've got my garden journal, and I'm literally documenting everything I possibly can to further my knowledge. And so I'm working this year. Straw flowers are first. I grew my own snapdragons last year. I bought them, but this year I'm growing them. I'm not going to say it is a success until I actually see them bloom and I can make that little flower snap like a snapdragon. And ranunculus, tulips, those will be a first. And I'm only mention those now because you've got to prepare them now so that we can have them in the spring. But I started planting Lisianthus, and if you talk to people or you research it, almost, unless a real gardener who knows that flower, most everybody would tell you it's one of the most difficult flowers to grow, or it has some big challenges. And I'm ready to take on that challenge. So it is extremely slow. And I planted these September 16th. And so I'm noticing a couple of things that I've been researching. So here we are in November. So we've had the middle of September, so really 2 months, because here we are in the middle of November. So that right there, let's see, let me get out of the way so maybe it'll focus. That little bud is it, and each one of them are just like that. I have 3, and so I've got a little green algae on here, which is because it had too much moisture and not enough airflow. So what I have learned to take care of that is I need to put some cinnamon on that. So I've got my cinnamon ready to sprinkle on that, and I'm going to continue to try to care for these. I have a new unit for inside that I'm going to be using to keep them under. That's going to have a great source of light and some airflow, which I think is going to greatly help those. It can take 10 to 12 weeks for them to even kind of get up and going, which is why a lot of people just quit with them. So we're going to do that. Now, if you are watching this and you grow this flower and you have some knowledge about it, please share it. I would love to hear your comments, because I've spent a lot of time researching it and trying to educate myself. Now, what I'm going to do tonight, and I wanted to show you that while it's still daylight. We've got company coming over, so I'm about to run inside. But what I'm going to do later tonight is go ahead and start my seed trays, which will be much smaller, and I'm going to start some more seeds. Now, yes, we are in November, and this is a spring summer flower, but it's going to take several weeks for them to get up and germinate, and then 10 to 12 weeks before I can probably even get them in the ground. So now's the time. So I just wanted to share that with you before it gets too dark, and then I'll come back out later tonight. Hi everybody. So I've just had dinner. We had company over, and it was fantastic, and I loved it. It's a great way to end Friday night. And now I've come out to the greenhouse, and can I tell you, this is the first time I've ever shut my greenhouse door, because it's just kind of loud outside. There's a lot of activities going, and also it's getting so cold. It's actually 63 right now, but hopefully with the door closed, it'll be a little bit warmer. So I'm loving being able to close the door and let it get warm in here. But I am working on my Lisianthus. I shared before that I'm not even sure where I'm at with what I've shared, because I've had a lot of interruptions tonight, but I think I've told you about I'm 2 years into gardening, and now I'm taking on flowers. Tonight I'm working with Lisianthus. A lot of these flowers, you've got to practice even saying their name. But I also want to just say, what I'm not doing is doing this process to film it as an educational tutorial and for educational purposes. I'm filming what I'm doing because I'm already doing it, if that makes sense. Like, this is not a tutorial high grade video. This is a come along with me as a backyard gardener and watch me learn. So just know that. This is how my Lisianthus came in this little vial, and I've already used 3 of the seeds, but you can see they are, maybe you cannot, they are very, very tiny, tiny seeds. The way that I did 3 of them September 16th was that I planted them in the red solo cup. The problem that I ran into, somewhere along here, I think I already showed you that, is that they're very, very small sprouts, because it can take 10 to 12 weeks before you're even ready to put them in the ground. And that's another reason I'm starting them now. But they had a little bit of like a green algae, not fungus, but like a little algae on the top. So what was told for me to do from flower courses that I've been taking and following is to sprinkle a little cinnamon, and that will kill it. That one probably had a little too much, but we've got that in there. Also, they don't need to be watered because the cups are still kind of heavy. Once they get lighter, we'll water them again. Also, the reason that appeared is because we don't have good airflow, which I kind of figured that because I've had the the plastic cover closed on my indoor greenhouse, and there isn't any airflow. Well, I have a new system that I'm going to share with you in my next vlog, because I've got to put it together tomorrow, that I'm going to be sitting these in, that will get they take 14 to 16 hours a day of light, and I really like this system with the way the lights are done, and also they'll have a much better airflow. I've got to keep the temperature, I believe it said around 70 degrees to germinate. let's see, they germinate best around 70 degrees. And then as they grow, they like it a little bit cooler. Bottom watering only, so don't go in there pouring water on the top. And then we're also not burying the seed. The seed has to be literally sat on the top of the soil and pushed in the tiniest bit so that they can take in that light. So I am, oh, and if I'm starting my blooms right, or my seeds right here in the middle of November, that I should expect to see blooms around late May or early June. So that part of gardening is something I'm having to get used to, that long time, but that's not with every flower. But what I'm using is my 36 seed starting system cell tray instead of the solo cups for the next set of seeds, because that is supposed to help me with watering, also help me with that little bit of green algae, because you are monitoring this really closely. They can also get their root system set up. I've never used one of these in my 2 years of gardening. I've only ever used, okay, I'm gonna have to read the instructions. Like I said, I'm doing this so you can see me learn. This is inside of here, and I'm going to read what I have to do. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. I did want to read this to you, and yes, I literally have a flashlight because it looks like it's lighter in here than it actually is. But and you're probably asking yourself, why are you doing that at night? Oh my goodness, if you've never gardened at night, there is something so magical about it. You have to do it. But simple seed starting is one reason to use this. Indoor sow all of your favorite herbs, flowers, and vegetables. It's better germination rates, consistent watering. It helps you with the self-watering system, healthier plant roots because they're not being disturbed, but you're going to slowly add warm water to expand the pellets. You're going to soak for a few minutes and then loosen the soil evenly in each cell. Now, I'm not doing every cell. I'm going to count how many seeds I'm doing. Plant seeds as recommended from the packet, which is how we're not going to bury them. We're going to put them right on the top, and then cover with clear the clear dome that we have. And then when the timing is right, harden off your seedlings and transplant them outdoors. So that is super simple. And then it shows us we have part A. Let me grab my steps. This is fantastic, and it was only like $10, I think. So we have our lid, we have our tray, and it's self-watering, so it's going to water from the bottom, which is what these like. This tray is going to go in there, and the pellets, I'm going to figure out how many I need. I'm going to water them, and then we just take our little dome and put it over it. Okay, it's getting dark fast, and this is requiring a little bit of being able to see, so I may have to pick this up tomorrow. But what I did is I watched a tutorial video. So if you buy this kit, I highly recommend that you go on YouTube and watch the tutorial. So I've removed the pellets that I don't think I'm going to need. I'm going to put those in a little baggie, and I'll use those later. Here is our seed cell tray, and I've got my pellets in there. And then this is a wicking mat that sits here and helps wick the water up. And then that little stand is right here, and those little pieces are going to help pull water up to wick into this. So that is going to be interesting to see how that goes. Okay, so this is already expanded, and you're literally just going to kind of break it up in there, because it got dark way too fast on me. So now let's see how much water we have left in here. Okay, wow, that pretty much soaked up all of that. So now that we're going to plant it, I'm going to go ahead and build this out the way that it was. Dropping that in. Because it's going to cause some humidity to kind of come up. Let's put that on. Okay, I was just talking to my husband, and he said we will definitely come up with a way for me to be able to see in here and have more light. But like I told him, it's about to get really, really cold, so there will not be many nights out here, so I'm not too worried about that. But I am thankful for my little light that he got me. How cute is that? It was one of his. But Yes, let's go look really quickly at some of Johnny's seeds and see what we might be able to find there. And I did not show you the ones that I just planted. I'm just not having a lot of high hopes for that one, but it's called the Eden Madonna, maybe? Let me look. All right, here is a photo of what they're supposed to look like. Okay, they have some beautiful choices. I've not looked at the price yet. I'm just kind of getting an idea. I would like to go with something in the pink family because I'm going with peach and salmon. So let's see what else they might have. While I'm waiting for that to come up, can we talk about this mug? How pretty is that? Hobby Lobby this year. Love it. Okay, I do feel better now that I see that my seeds were just that size. I am going to really take some time, and not right now, to really look. Shipping and handling is $7.50, so I don't want to sit here and buy one pack of seeds for $6.30 and pay that for shipping and handling. I want to really take some time and find the variety that I want, but I do feel better about what we just planted tonight. Okay, so I think this was a sure sign that my nights of Friday nights gardening are kind of up. I do think I'm going to go make myself a hot tea. I'm going to go sit in my chair and edit some videos and work on some things and just relax for a minute. This was not as relaxing as I thought it was going to be because it got dark on us. But again, I am not doing this to teach you a tutorial because I'm learning. So I'm bringing you along on the journey. It really is fun though. It is so much fun. I'm going to continue researching this a little bit more because this is very, very interesting. And I'll put up all my little pellets, which that's the little pellet that was in there that expanded. So gardening at night, seriously, we are gardening by the lights. So have a great day, have a great night. I'll see you in the next video, and thank you so much for being here. Leave me a comment if you've made it to this point, and just give me some encouragement that the Lisianthus, give me a little flower emoji. They're gonna do it, they're gonna make it. And I am gonna go sit down and order some more from another company just to test out the companies. All right, see you later.